Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, October the 5th. It's an awfully pretty time of year and everything, but, I'll get to that in just 1 second. I want to announce, I have awarded more than $800,000 in sexual assault services programs grants. These funds have been granted to the West Virginia Foundation for Rape and information and services. Obviously, this is as bad as it possibly could ever get, and it's a tough subject naturally to talk about. But this is just to remind you that we're trying to help people in every way we possibly can. Boy, this is bad stuff right here, and so we want to continue to support and help in every way we possibly can, to the biggest degree that we possibly can. Here's a gentleman that was an American hero, surely an absolute unbelievable West Virginia hero, is Woody Williams. And I want to remind everybody that this past Monday, Woody Williams would have been 100 years old. We lost him. He was a Medal of Honor recipient, and like I said, a true national hero. But if you go back just a little bit and just think about every time I ever heard him speak, it was the most amazing thing that you could ever imagine. Here was a gentleman well into his 90s that absolutely just spellbound everybody in the room. So with that, Woody, we miss you. I really believe that Woody Williams and I had a great friendship, and I'm very blessed to have known him. Now, if I can switch channels to just what I always call God showing off. If right now, we're on the beginning of exactly that happening at our higher elevations with our foliage changing. And as it goes for the next probably 30 days, Chelsea Ruby is telling us where to go all across this state and everything. And with her mapping and everything, this is truly a very amazing time of year in West Virginia. So get outside and absolutely see God at his greatest works, or maybe some of his greatest works. But it's really beautiful, and we're really blessed to have that right in our back door. I want to tell you about a new flight we have, that I think the Breeze folks and everything did away with the Charleston, South Carolina flight. They've picked up Tampa. So now we have Orlando and Tampa, and so I think that'll be even better. So just take advantage. It's really good stuff. We appreciate Breeze and all the good stuff they're doing, and we just want them to just keep on growing in West Virginia. Here's something that is really good. And Kathy's been involved in this in the last couple of days in a big way and everything, but the Ball Toyota family has donated $500,000. Think about that. The Ball Toyota family, Sean, all of his family, we thank them beyond belief, but they donated $500,000 to the Department of Education and to the Communities and Schools program. This money establishes virtual pantries for 247 schools in the state. It's helping to provide essential items like food, clothing, shoes, coats, hygiene products, and on and on. They provided an additional $50,000 to West Virginia University Institute of Technology and $30,000 to Marshall. It's amazing when folks right in our back door step up. They didn't have to do this. That's all there is to it. They didn't have to do this. I know things have been halfway decent, as far as good times, from the standpoint of the economy and their dealerships, but they didn't have to do this. But they do, because they love West Virginia, and they know that kids kids that are hurting, absolutely need attention in every way. So Sean and all the great Ball family and everything and at Toyota, thanks so much. This is really, really, really big, and this is really stepping up in a giant way for West Virginia, and especially West Virginia kids. So thank you so much. The Gold Star Mothers Bridge Ride is coming up, and I want to wish all those folks the very, very, very best. These are no question moms and dads that have lost either sons or daughters that gave the ultimate sacrifice for all of us. I've said it 10,000 times, and I mean it 10,000 times, and I'll say it 10,000 more. We owe every single thing we have in life, everything we have in life, to our military, to our veterans, to the folks that gave the ultimate sacrifice, to the active military. Absolutely, this country would not be this country without the greatness of our military. So over the next couple of days, the Gold Star Mothers will drive from the Gold Star Monument at the state capitol over the New River Gorge Bridge and to the Gold Star Mothers Memorial at Orchard at Mount Nebo. So thank you so much, and we'll never forget you. I mean, that's really all they want. Absolutely, for us to never forget. Never forget their loss. Their loss is unbelievable, and never forget the greatness of these folks. Bridge Day is coming up on October the 21st. Of course, if you haven't been to Bridge Day, you're living in a cave. That's all there is to it, because what an incredible day. I mean, that's all there is to it. Not only is West Virginia showing off and God showing off with the incredible colors and everything, but the parachutists, shooters, that are going off the bridge. Great goodness alive, I don't know, even in my best days, that I would have had the courage to do that. But the next thing that's unbelievable about the whole thing is all the people that are there, all the excitement, all the vendors and everything, and it's all free. It's all free as far as to get in to go and everything. So go support the vendors that are there and enjoy a great day. It's an amazing, amazing day, on the New River Gorge Bridge. Also, now this one you've got to really perk up and pay really attention to, because I can remember a time not long ago when every year in the fall we would have terrible forest fires all over the place. They would have to either stop or change hunting season. Absolutely, in the fall, the air, it was smoke filled. And in many places, you couldn't see very far. So with all that being said, we got to be careful. And the West Virginia Division of Forestry urges all the residents to limit their outdoor burning to the hours of 5 p.m. to 7 a.m., nighttime. But at 7 a.m., they've got to be extinguished. Now, please, let's all do our part, because it is no good. It is no good for anything. If we have to absolutely, have our people exposed out fighting these terrible forest fires, all the wonderful, wonderful creatures that live in our forest and everything, makes it doggone tough on them too. So with all that being said, let's abide. Remember this, your burning is from 5 p.m. until 7 a.m. General Hoyer's with us with the COVID update. General, if you could give us that, please.
Governor, we're going to have to come back to you. We'll work out that issue.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, all I'm gonna do because we want to get to General, and if we can get him real quick, that'd be good. But I just want to review one more time, from the standpoint of our forest fires, please, understand we as far as controlled outdoor burning, we cannot do that at all except from the hours of 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. Remember Bridge Day. Say a big prayer for the Gold Star mothers and everything. Remember the Ball family. I'm an incredible family and how they've stepped up. We've got flights now to Tampa, and that's really good. And, get out and enjoy God's work with the incredible fall foliage. Remember Woody Williams, superhero beyond belief. And remember all those that are sexually assaulted and everything. And we're awarding grants here and everything, but we'll never be able to do enough. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And Jordan, do you have him now?
Yep, we got him, sir. Here we go.
Okay, General, go.
This is recorded on October the 3rd, 2023. Governor, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you again to give some more current information on this fall's COVID-19 shots that are now available. These shots have been adapted to address the current strains of COVID-19 that are out there, and that it is important to us as individuals to get these updated shots. For example, in my circumstance, I have had some recent health issues that are family-related health issues that I'm now getting past. It's exceptionally important for me to get that updated COVID-19 shot that's been adapted so that I can better protect myself, just as with the flu vaccine that is now out, that is adapted each year for various flu strains. Both of those will be important to me as I get through the recent health issues that I've encountered. So again, it is important to all West Virginians to take the time, now that the state of emergency has ended and we are back to a more routine flow as to how we receive vaccines, just like with the flu vaccine each year, the COVID-19 vaccine, the updated version, is now in that more routine flow. So it will be important for West Virginians to speak to their healthcare providers, to reach out to local pharmacies and identify where those shots are available so that you can get those as soon as possible to, again, protect yourself and your family. For those who need additional help, other than the various insurance availability that is out there for these payment for these vaccines, there are programs such as the Bridge program that is now available for individuals to get those paid for. So again, Governor, appreciate the opportunity to be with you. I look forward to the opportunity to continuing to work with all those that are out there working on improving the health of West Virginians. And please reach out to those local providers, reach out to those local pharmacies, and identify where the opportunities are for you to get your insurance to pay for your COVID-19 vaccine and get that done as soon as possible. For those West Virginians who have questions or need help, please reach out to the West Virginia COVID-19 Vaccine Info Line at 1-833-734-0965.
Okay, everyone, we're ready for any questions that anybody may have, and please feel free to ask.
All right, first today we'll go to John Shaver with WV News.
Good afternoon, Governor. We just heard from General Hoyer, but I wanted to ask you something about COVID as well. I know in the past couple of weeks we've had a few dozen COVID deaths, and I didn't know if you wanted to comment on those, and if you also wanted to underline the importance of us getting the vaccine, the new one. Thank you.
Well, here's the bottom line. Bottom line is just this. It's your choice as to whether or not to take the vaccine. That's all there is to it. And we always want to be respectful. We've always done that. We always want to be respectful for folks that, that say, no, I don't want to do that. But I would always do what I've done in the past, and that is urge you to take the vaccine, But at the same time, I would tell you that we're going to stand rock solid, with the fact that if you choose not to do so, totally understand. If you've got whatever it may be, health issues, totally understand. Absolutely, totally understand. If you just decide, nope, don't want to do it, that's okay too. Absolutely. In fact, that's great with me. Now, with that being said, I would especially urge the elderly to think about this, to just think about it, because we're about to go into the winter time, and absolutely, that's when it cranks up and gets the worst. And the other flip side of it is, while it's in areas across this nation in a bigger way, it always seems to work its way to West Virginia a little later. So with all that being said, I'd urge people to at least get educated, to the best of your ability, and make your decision, and I'll do the same. I have not had my, booster vaccine yet, but I'm going to look at it and make the best decision I can make.
All right, thanks, John. Next to Brad McElhenney with West Virginia Metro News.
Hi, Governor. You aspire to be in the U.S. Senate. Recently, members of Congress had a choice to make, whether to vote for short-term funding to keep running the federal government or allowing a shutdown to occur. Some members of Congress who voted against the short-term funding said they want longer-term allocations that cut federal spending more sharply. How would you have voted and why? Thanks.
Well, Brad, I won't give you how I would have voted, because first and foremost, I'm not voting today, and the reason I'm not voting today is I don't have all the information, do I? But besides that, let me lay that aside just a second, and let me make these comments. For God's sakes a living, anybody in their right mind that looks at Washington, D.C. today would have to say, good Lord, what a mess. What a mess. And the other flip side of it is, anybody in their right mind that would look at the bloated federal budget today and all the dollars that we spend and just throw away in every direction known to man would have to think, surely to God above, we can do a little bit better about spending the taxpayers' dollars than what's being done today. I mean, we're facing $32 trillion of deficit today and growing like crazy. With all that being said, surely to goodness, we can find areas of waste and unnecessary spending without hurting folks, and absolutely find a way to curb our spending. So from my standpoint, I can't tell you how I would have voted, because there's probably a whole lot of other factors that would have come into play. But I can tell you it is a flat out dog's mess. That's all there is to it. And I'm not a congressman, and I'm not a senator today. And I've told people over and over and over, as far as a burning desire, for me to go to Washington, D.C., there's nothing about what they're doing up there that I'm crazy about, but I will go. And I will go because I truly believe I can make a difference, and I'm a patriot. I love West Virginia, and I love its people, and I love this nation, and I love our people. And the bottom line is, to how I feel about this is one thing: we're worth it. And if you buy that or don't buy that, it doesn't matter to me, nor does it matter to me what anyone thinks about that. I know it. I know that is the only reason in the world that I would go, because at the end of the day, I don't want anything. I don't want anything for me. I don't want to go to the fanciest cocktail parties, or I don't have to do that. I don't have to go. I don't have to just get an invitation to go see the president. Naturally, I would go in a second. But with all that being said, I don't need the next hot tip. I don't need anything for me. And with that being said, then why would you do it? Why would you get into all that? And it's just what I said. I really believe we're worth it. And I'm a patriot through and through.
All right, thanks, Brad. Next to Curtis Johnson with WSAZ.
Good afternoon, or good morning. I guess afternoon now, Governor. Thank you so much for taking my question. Great to talk to you today. I understand your office and other state agencies are in collaboration with the Mingo County Redevelopment Authority regarding the Twin Branch drag strip. The Redevelopment Authority says it reached out to the state about its potential desire to sell the site. Since then, the authority says it has joined your office and other agencies in evaluating development options that will help maximize the best use of that property, including potential issues surrounding its use for drag racing. And of course, from what I'm hearing, there's quite a bit of interest in drag racing on that site among locals. Considering your office is involved, what is your opinion about reopening the property for drag racing? And what is the status of the state's effort in determining how that property should be used?
Well, Curtis, listen, from my standpoint, I know there was some discussion, about, or about the possibilities of selling an area or a potential part of that site and everything for drag racing. We sent our folks down there, and they went down. Mitch Carmichael went, Jimmy Riston went, Brian Abraham went, and they went down there to check it all out and to see, just to see what's what. In doing so, of course, they find exactly what has been that way over and over. There is real land that can really be developed down there, and with all that being said, I can promise you to God above, I'm pushing the EDA in every way all the time to bring businesses and bring development to southern West Virginia. We need it badly here. Now, we are getting a lot of great businesses and everything that are located in northern West Virginia, but absolutely, we need to bring real development to southern West Virginia. I'll wait to hear what the powers to be think of the possibility of drag racing down there and everything. But way more importantly, maybe than that, I want to see us, strike gold as far as bringing real live development, real live economic development to southern West Virginia, and that site's a really, really nice site. And we want more and more and more job opportunities, and the more job opportunities and things we can bring to southern West Virginia, and we're working it. And we've got some things that are not far from maybe being on the burner that we can bring to you. But everybody's working it because they know that my roots are in southern West Virginia, and I love everyone all across this state. I love the development that we've got going on in the northern part of the state. But we need to start hitting some winners in southern West Virginia as well.
All right, thanks, Curtis. Governor, back to you.
Well, I've reviewed everything already, and I won't go back through it again and everything, but I'd just remind you, get outdoors. Get outdoors now. It'll touch your soul. It's awful good stuff and everything. Thank you all so much. Thank you, media and everything, all those asking the questions, but thank you again. That's all I've got.